Good day, wonderful learners! Welcome to our channel. Are you familiar with how to connect two different ideas with words like although, though, even though, in spite of and despite? In today's video, we are going to talk about clauses of contrast. When and how can we use them? Stay with me until the end of this video and find answers to these questions. We'll also have a free grammar quiz at the end to help you practice what you have learned today. Let's get started. Words such as although, though, even though, in spite of and despite are known as contrast clauses or concessive clauses. They are used to highlight a contrast between two ideas and link different parts of a sentence together. Let's start with the words although, even though, and though. Although introduces a contrast or unexpected idea in a sentence. It is used to show that something is different from what was expected. Sometimes it means but or however. Even though is a bit stronger than although and used to highlight something. Though is similar to although, but it is more commonly used in spoken rather than in written English. But of course, you can meet this word in text as well. Let's have a look at some examples. I had a full English breakfast, but I still felt hungry. Although I had a full English breakfast, I still felt hungry. Even though I had a full English breakfast, I still felt hungry. Though I had a full English breakfast, I still felt hungry. I spent many nights to prepare for my exams, but I failed. I failed, although I spent many nights to prepare for my exams. I failed, even though I spent many nights to prepare for my exams. Though I spent many nights to prepare for my exams, I failed. You can use although, even though, and though at the beginning of a sentence, in the middle of a sentence, and though can also be used at the end of a sentence. In spite of and despite are used in the same way as although, even though, and though, but their sentence structure is slightly different. Let's have a look how they are used in some sentences. Although I had full English breakfast, I felt hungry. Despite the fact that I had a full English breakfast, I felt hungry. In this sentence, I use despite the fact that, plus a subject and a verb had. Despite the fact that I spent many nights to prepare for my exams, I failed. Despite having a full English breakfast, I felt hungry. Despite spending many nights to prepare for my exams, I failed. In these sentences, I use despite plus the verb with ending ing. So, despite is used with a noun, with verbs with ending ing, and with the phrase the fact that. In spite of is a synonym to despite, and it is used with a noun, with verbs with ending ing, and with the phrase the fact that. But pay attention, we use in spite with the preposition of. Despite is used without the preposition of. In spite of having a full English breakfast, I felt hungry. In spite of spending many nights preparing for my exams, I failed. In spite of the fact that I had a full English breakfast, I felt hungry. In spite of the fact that I spent many nights preparing for my exams, I failed. In spite of the many nights I spent preparing for my exams, I failed. Contrasting words are not very difficult to use. Only remember that in spite of and despite are used with a noun, with verbs with ending ing, and with the phrase the fact that. Although, even though, are used with a subject plus a verb. I hope this grammar about contrasting words was clear and helpful. And to check your understanding, please follow the link in the video description for our free grammar quiz. You might also like to watch our video about articles am and the. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. Thank you for watching and see you next time.